Yep. Right, let's go through some headstands. Now, I don't want you to attempt any of these if you haven't become quite versed and quite proficient with the headstand. Headstands are a great inversion in that they give you a balanced foundation to do the inversion from. So a triangle with your arms and head support with your head. Now, you don't have to put much weight on your head at all. Some people say that you don't need to put any weight on your head whatsoever. However, you do a little bit, because you won't be able to stay very long in that position otherwise. And it's good to stay some period of time in the headstand. It really is, because it reverses the gravitational pull. I mean, the gravitational pull is going to be the opposite way around, isn't it? Which is very good for the diaphragm. The muscular tendinous sort of junction of the diaphragm that gets a little bit tight sometimes can be very good for just helping it to relieve that pressure, and therefore the pressure that is imposed on the organs, stacked on top of each other underneath the diaphragm, they get released as well. Obviously, there's a little bit of a refreshment in the veins that head back to the heart. The diaphragm has to pump fairly efficiently to facilitate that flow back to the heart, that venous deoxygenated blood flow back to the heart. So it's good to take some pressure off of that, let the blood just flow naturally through gravity back to the heart, all the deoxygenated blood. And obviously that means the lymph as well. So any lymph nodes or lymph vessels that have become a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant, they'll get a little bit of a help with this position as well. The tractioning of the spine slightly, and let's not over exaggerate that. You're not going to traction spine off much. You're going to be supporting your thoracic spine a little bit due to the scapular position of your arms, and your neck a little bit, not a lot, because the muscles are still going to be loaded somewhat just for the position, but you will release off the facet joints a tiny bit in those regions as well, which is useful. There are a number of different positions that you can get into. You can use your hands and your head, or you can use your forearms like so and your head. I prefer to use the forearm position because it helps form a better base of support for you to do some of the extra movements in the headstand. I keep on slipping into handstand because sometimes I do this in the handstand as well, which is great for the shoulders and your muscular strength and balance. But for the longer periods of time, if you want to be in an inversion, I suggest you stick to, or you probably would be better off in the headstand. Okay, so let's go through a few variants as well. As I say, if you haven't actually become quite well versed and feel quite confident in the headstand, then yeah, I probably wouldn't be doing any of these either. Just wait until you've actually reached that time and you know that you're able to do the headstand for some period of time, then you can do these other things. Okay, might be better to put the camera in a different position. Don't know. Let's see how we go with this. I might do another shot. If it's no good, then yeah, I'll do another one afterwards. Okay, so let's put this in a good position. About here. Probably good to use a little bit of support for your head, because as I say, you will be putting a little bit of weight, not much, a little bit of weight on your head. Most of it is going to be in the forearms, and therefore the shoulders will be taking most of the weight. From time to time you might want to practice just lifting your head up a little bit, or rather putting your elbows into a position whereby you can completely take your head off the floor, so it's just levitating up by about a couple of millimeters. Then you will supply a little bit more of traction through the neck joints. Okay, should we do it? Why not? I think you'll be able to see everything from there. Maybe there. Yeah. So I'm actually putting a little bit more of my, rather than it just being completely on top of my head, I'm putting my forehead a little bit more on the floor than the parietal bones at the top. So not the crown exactly, but not going all the way onto the forehead. I'm just coming almost like about 2/3 of the way back. That's my preference anyway. I don't think you should go completely onto the crown there.
Elbows fairly close together, that gives you a little bit more of a supportive base without straining the shoulders. And there we go. That is the headstand, isn't it? You can actually go into the scorpion pose from here. So just coming up very gently with your head. Like so. And then coming down gently.
That's one option. I'll show you a couple of others. These ones are really good for the hips.